Hey guys, today is Monday, October 12th. It's 3:03 p.m. and the temperature is 14 degrees Celsius. That was Yonge Street I just crossed, and I am now heading east on Broadway Avenue in Midtown Toronto. And the plan for this ride is to head on over east. That was unfortunate. There's a dead raccoon on the street there. So the plan is to head east over to the Leaside neighborhood, and then I'll head south down to the Thorncliffe Park neighborhood and go for a ride down the lower Don River Trail. Today is Thanksgiving in Canada, so happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. It would normally be a time to go see your family. And I probably would have headed down to Niagara Falls this weekend, which is where my mom and my brother and his wife live. But due to this virus, I think a lot of people are just kind of playing it safe. This is Redpath Avenue. I'm now traveling southbound. This street in particular has seen a pretty large influx of new condominium developments lately. It also seems due for a resurfacing. This road is not too good. I kind of like this funky alien sculpture in front of the building here. And straight ahead is Eglinton Avenue, and I'll turn left onto Eglinton, which will take me into the Leaside area. Just to my right, a few blocks down, is the intersection of Yonge and Eglinton. And it is quite windy today. This is Mount Pleasant Road. There are no left turns here. They're still building the Crosstown LRT. That seems to be a permanent construction project here in Midtown. At some time in the next 100 years or so, there will be a functioning LRT station at that intersection. I did a ride down here earlier in the summer that went all the way across Eglinton Avenue East and finished where the street ends in Scarborough. As this was rated the worst road in the city of Toronto, and I think the entire province of Ontario last year by CAA. I don't really know how long this ride will be or how long it'll take. I'm not even sure of the exact route or point I will jump onto the Don River Trail yet. And the next major street is Bayview, which, if I'm not mistaken, was the border to the old borough of East York, which was amalgamated into the megacity back in '98. That's just at the bottom of this hill here. Man, these roads are bad. Although it probably doesn't make sense to resurface them until this construction ends. And I thought we had a green light here. What is this? Oh. Looks like there's an advanced left turn going in the other direction. That's good, I'll just keep breathing this stinky bus air. And just straight ahead on the right, that would be the southeast corner. It used to be a rather large McDonald's with a big play area, but that land was expropriated to build one of the LRT stations. The LRT is underground for the most part west of Yonge, but it's only partially underground east of Yonge. So at some point, a few stops east of here, it pops up and will be running down the middle of the street, Boulevard style. Looks like there's a baseball practice going on down at the field, but their season has pretty much been killed by the province as sports teams are no longer allowed to compete, at least for the next 27 or 28 days or so, as part of the additional restrictions due to the spike in COVID cases. So I think what I'll do is I'll turn right onto Laird Drive up ahead. This is the Leaside neighborhood I'm in right now. It's relatively affluent and consistently rated one of the better neighborhoods to live in. Although it's definitely a bit more car-centric than a neighborhood I'd like to live in, but to each their own. There's even a big suburban-style power center just up ahead, complete with a Home Depot and a number of other big box stores. So hopefully once I get to the Don River Trail, we'll be able to take in some of these nice fall colors that have really started to appear over the last few days. And also, hopefully, it won't be that crowded. The last time I recorded a ride down that way was on Canada Day. And it was fairly busy, even though the active TO program was going on at that time. So this is Laird Drive. I'll turn right here. I think I just got hit by some raindrops. I did not see that in the forecast. Seems as if every time I go out to film a ride, lately it starts to rain. Yeah, it's definitely raining right now. I don't think it'll amount to much. So just here on the left is that big strip mall plaza I just talked about. There's a Best Buy and a Winners, Home Depot, a Sobeys, and a Sport Check, amongst other places. It's kind of strange to see such a development so close to the city's core. But I guess that's the nature of this neighborhood. In this area I'm entering was predominantly an industrial area. But there's been less and less industry over the years. In fact, one way I could have taken to Thorncliffe Park was to head down some old industrial roads just to the left of that power center. Leaside Village. So this is not a neighborhood a lot of Torontonians would frequent, I would think. Definitely getting some rain on that camera lens. Hopefully I don't make it worse by doing that. I wonder if that's the headquarters of TELUS on the left. So I know they have a large office tower down on Bremner. It's actually been a few years since I've been down this far on Laird Drive. I think I'll be going under the rail tracks at some point, and then I want to turn left shortly after that. I'm trying to think of the name of the street that would be. I really don't plan these things out as well as I should. This is Millwood Road, which I think somehow continues to the left of here. Yep, there it is, Millwood Road on the left, and that is Redway Road on the right. Toronto has no shortage of streets that just stop and then seem to randomly start up again somewhere on the other side. There's someone coming out of a bike trail on the right. That's the, I'm not sure, that might be the Evergreen Brickworks. I think we're a bit too far north, but it's somewhere down to the right. I can't really see anything at all in there. All right, there's a big sign that says Thorncliffe Park up ahead. So I want to turn left here and enter the Thorncliffe Park community. A number of people have requested that I do a walk around this neighborhood. So if you're one of those people, I hope you're watching, because this will probably be the last time I come here this year. Overlea Boulevard, that's right. And I think if I kept going straight here, this would eventually take me down to the Danforth. And somewhere around those railway tracks, Laird Drive turned into Millwood. I just noticed that on the signs. So here on the left side is predominantly industrial and commercial, and on the right side is mostly residential. Thorncliffe Park is somewhat of a planned residential community. And it's known for being one of the more multicultural neighborhoods in the city of Toronto. There's been large influxes of immigrants that have moved to the area and called it home. And this is Thorncliffe Park Drive right here. And I could go straight. Now I'll run into Thorncliffe Park Drive again as it kind of dips down into a U shape. But I think I'm just gonna follow it here. It's nice to be in a bike lane. And we'll get an idea of some of the housing developments in this area. Starting to get a bit of a runny nose with all this cold wind. It's kind of unavoidable in these conditions. I don't know the exact timeline when most of these apartments started to appear, but just looking at them, I would kind of date them to the 60s. And I remember hearing that this was one of the lowest income neighborhoods in this part of the city. But it also has extremely low crime rates. So it's an example of a neighborhood done right, I guess. I think people that grew up here have fond memories based on the few people that I've met that have. So this is that dip at the bottom of the U shape I'm on, and eventually this will turn me around back north. And there should be an entrance to ET Seton Park just on the right, so I was hoping I would jump onto the trail at a different point, but it looks like I'll just go on the tried and true entrance that I took on the Canada Day ride. And this Should be the entrance to the park here, ET Seton Park. There's a sign. This is always a bit of a hairy experience going down this hill. It's definitely a good idea to check your brakes before you venture on down this way. That doesn't look like a safe spot to lock up your bike and leave it unattended. And maybe for giggles, at some point I'll try to climb up this hill on the single speed. Here's some people that aren't even trying. It's so easy to get out of control fast coming down here. I have no doubt there's been a number of pretty spectacular spills by cyclists coming down this way over the years. There's also a lot of neat mountain biking opportunities down here, such as just down there to the left. I could carry on straight through the park and head north through a rather nice trail that'll eventually wind up at Edwards Gardens. In fact, I recorded a ride through there for Patreon members maybe about a month and a half ago. I'll revisit that maybe in the fall and do another one for the main channel. This is always a really narrow right-hand turn over some old rail tracks. I'll be joining onto the Lower Don River Trail. And there's a very narrow bridge just up ahead. And I think the sign says to actually dismount. Nobody does, but I'll take it kind of slow. And hello, beautiful fall colors. So this is running parallel to the Don River, which is just on the right. And the Don Valley Parkway is on the left. That's a highway that runs north to south. Ooh, that was kind of a nice view in there. I was contemplating hopping off my bike to take a look, but the moment passed.
They're open.
I imagine in a week or so it's going to start to look really nice down here. I think mountain bikers would prefer to veer off to the right there. In the summertime, you could expect this to be a lot busier than this. It is a Monday, but it's also a holiday, so I don't really know what my point is on that, other than it's probably a little busier than it would be in a non-holiday Monday. Plus, with so many people working from home and now working on flex schedules, it's possible it's busier than normal. Okay, let me just pull in there and take a look, just to show you guys the river. I don't know how well you can see that, but I don't see any salmon jumping down the river, swimming upstream. I'm not sure if they do that on this part. That was the first time I've used my bell. It's probably the longest I've ever gone riding on this trail without using my bell. And of course, the lady did not react at all. Usually, when someone's walking two abreast and they're on the inside, they will step to the side when you ring your bell. Kind of a neat view. It's a funky Garfield painting there. I wonder if the city's doing active TO today, given that it's a holiday. It'd be kind of a nice idea. They had originally killed it at the end of September, but then backtracked and decided to extend it when it was pretty evident there are going to be further restrictions put in place, limiting the things people could do when they go outside. I'm a bit surprised there aren't more cyclists out here. There's a nice breeze. The weather's almost ideal for this. You can't really screw up. You could wear shorts or pants or a t-shirt or a light sweater. I think you'll be comfortable in just about anything. And aside from a gentle splash of rain earlier, the weather's held up. There's some nice spots to climb down to the river right here, which is what a lot of these people are doing. It's probably not a good idea to bury your head in the phone and just wander up to your left across the path like that. Kind of nominating yourself for a Darwin Award if you're going to do that. We are 4.5 kilometers to the Corktown Common, apparently. Just thought I'd come take a quick peek down here. Certainly a very photogenic trail to head down. There's no shortage of people snapping photos.
They're shutting things down now.
And the further south I get, the busier it gets.
Yeah, exactly. And we have like a nice...
Some interesting art in there. Someone with an Osmo 3. I wonder if they're live streaming that. I've got some competition. Maybe I should go sabotage what they're doing. And if you're wondering why I ring my bell at some people and not others, if I have a perfectly clear line of sight ahead and there's no oncoming cyclists or joggers or anything like that, and I can safely go around, I don't ring my bell. But if I don't have that clear sight line, I will slow down and ring the bell so they can at least be aware that I'm coming up behind them. So I'm not just randomly doing that. And I should really keep my mouth closed because there's a whole lot of bugs bouncing off my cheeks right now. And no doubt some of them are ending up inside. That's the first time I've been past All Ride. I'm not even going particularly fast. Normally there's no shortage of cyclists just racing through here. If you do like these bike rides, I did post one today on my other channel, which is entitled Johnny Stumbles. So if you're not aware or familiar with that, go check it out and subscribe. There's a playlist of bike rides through the city of Toronto there as well, although those tend to be the lower effort videos, the ones I don't think about or plan that well, or often just my rides back home. Not that I put much thought or planning into this ride. On your left. The trail is clearly in need of some work right here. This would be kind of dangerous if it were busier. Oh, I just got a bug right in the eyeball. I'm not wearing my glasses today. That was a mistake. Whew. That's a gross feeling. Something squishy and moist getting implanted. Oh, I can feel it right against my eye. Like, I'm gonna pull over here if this bothers me much more. Usually they'll just sort of get flushed out naturally. And then I guess you hope you don't get pink eye or something later. And I think normally I would be, there's a trail that I think runs parallel to this on the right side. I think normally I would be over there right now. I might be wrong on that. I'm kind of fixated on this stupid eye right now. Or rather, I think I just don't know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure this is right. So on the left should be the Riverdale neighborhood, and on the right would be an area known as Corktown. And just to the south of that is the Canary District, where those condos there are located. And just on the other side of those railway tracks is Bayview Avenue, where I don't see any traffic, so maybe it is closed to traffic this weekend. There are recently installed bike lanes as well on Bayview. I think that's where I got confused earlier. I was thinking of my ride down Bayview, where I was on the other side. because that spat me out in the Corktown Common. And on this side, it just takes you to Lakeshore, where I have a decision to make. Where am I going? I could have turned right there and headed down to the Corktown Commons, actually.
You do it every week.
But let's follow this thing through all the way to the bottom. It's the Gardner Expressway right ahead. Right ahead? Is that even how you would describe that? Oh, I'm just trying not to think of this bug. And then these large tented structures. The city is prefabricating something for one of the upcoming construction projects, and I knew what that was. Just one of those things where my brain is misfiring, and I can't seem to recall it at the moment. That is a temporary assembly or construction site, I believe. And here's a rather Instagrammable shot of the Toronto skyline. The CN Tower sandwiched between the L Tower to the right and the new CIBC Square, which is just to the left. And a bunch of cranes over there to the right in the Canary District. This whole area is undergoing a rather drastic transformation. Cyclists, please stay on designated path. Okay. It's not what that guy did. I've turned out left on that road many times too, but look at these giant beams right here. That's not ringing a bell, but I'm sure that has something to do with what they're doing over there. I think that guy was saying, hey, look at the amazing view. Where do I want to go? Let's go down Queens Quay for old time's sakes. Yes, I just crossed against the signal, but all things considered,
Yeah, maybe that would be better.
I'm not too ashamed about that one. So maybe I'll just head west here This is the Martin Goodman Trail I should be on. And I'll finish up maybe at Harbour Square Park. And I'll take a rest, I have a snack and a drink, and I'll figure out how I'm gonna get home from there. If I do record the ride home, I'll have to figure out a more creative route than the last few I've done, because I've just uploaded a few rides back home from downtown between the stumbles and the main channel. I just went by a respite center. Watch for slow turning vehicles. Gotcha. So this is Queens Quay East. I recently did a video where I walked along the waterfront and this part of Queens Quay. If you're interested in that, you can find that on the channel. This looks like a office tower or another part of George Brown College right here. It's certainly not a condo. Or maybe it is, it's just a very waterfront innovation center. Yeah, it definitely looks more office tower. The ceiling heights are way too tall. That's the primary tip-off. You won't get those tall ceilings in a condo. You might on a loft, but then it's kind of distinct looking. It's pretty easy to distinguish a loft from an office tower. Ooh, this is fun. I have no idea when I started recording this or how long this has been. But just up ahead is Yonge Street. And then the next major block past that will be Harbour Square Park and Bay Street, where I think I'll dip in and kill this recording. So for those of you that stuck through this ride, thanks for watching it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. There's some other interesting Cycling Toronto channels. I say other as if mine would be included with that. There's one called Cycle YYZ or Z, which is pretty cool. There's also one called CJ Hoyle's channel. He hasn't posted a bike ride in quite a while. I think it would be wise of the city to install a light there just for cyclists like they do on other parts of this trail, as I had stopped, but other people clearly just blew right through that. Just like this one, bicycle signal. So check out those other Cycling Toronto channels if you're interested. I'm going to turn up here into Harbour Square Park. There's the Jack Layton ferry terminal where you would take the ferry down to the islands. Although I'm not sure if they're even running right now. Seems like the type of thing I should know. Oh, there goes a ferry there. There's not many people on it. I'm just gonna grab this bench right here. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. There are links to my Patreon and Instagram account in the description, as well as channel memberships are now available. You can check those out on the main page. Thanks again, and I will catch you on the next one.
It was like trying to distract